Hello, friends. Today we are going to start with the five kingdom classification, and that was from 1969 to 1990. As you know, it is on the base of the phylogenetic classification. Why it is known as a phylogenetic? Because it's showing a evolutionary relationship. Phylogenetic, instead of that, you can use a word evolutionary, means on the basis of the similarity between the species, we are going to arrange each and every organisms. So if we are using these similarities or dissimilarities between them among the species, and if we are arrange them like, so it will give a look of a tree, and that classification you can say as the phylogenetic classification. As you know, my dear student, it was proposed by R.H. Whitaker, ये अमेरिकन टेक्सोनॉमिस्ट थे. एज यू नो, टेक्सोनॉमिस्ट मीन्स यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने ईच एंड एवरी ऑर्गेनिजम्स को एक पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप के अंदर डिवाइड किया है. दैट पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप, इट मे बी अ फाइलम, किंगडम, क्लास, ऑर्डर, जीनस, स्पीसीज, कुछ भी हो सकता है. एंड दैट ग्रुप इज़ नॉन एज द टेक्सा, और ये टेक्सा को स्टडी करने वाला टेक्सोनॉमिस्ट होता है, राइट. सो ही वॉज प्रपोज फाइव किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन. एंड as the viruses are on the borderline of a living and non-living, because whenever it get a favorable condition, it's behave as a living thing, and it start to growing inside the medium where it actually a need. And when there is an unfavorable condition during this phase, they are behave as the non-living thing. So here we can say that the viruses are on the border, or it is a connecting link between living and non-living things. Okay, so Whitaker has used the five criteria basically for the different kingdom that we have to study. Okay, so it is a some introductory part of or about the R.H. Whitaker. In 1969, he was proposed a five kingdom classification, and the kingdom defined by him were named as Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. So here he was introduced first fungi, we can say. The main criteria for classification used by him include cell structure, that everything we have to see in a detail. The very first is the cell structure, the second is the thallus organization, third one is the mode of nutrition, fifth is the reproduction, uh, one, two, three, fourth, and fifth is the phylogenetic relationship. Okay, so here everything we have to see whether this thing is occur actually with what. Okay, so firstly they are saying about the complexity of the cell or the structure. So here we can come to know about how it is happen or occur within that. So see here, जैसे कि उसने बताया कि कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर. सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चरल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, कैसे स्ट्रक्चरल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होता है, तो इन दैट स्ट्रक्चरल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इट इज़ डिवाइडेड इनटू टू. Either organisms are unicellular, means made up of only one cell, or either it is a multicellular condition. So on the basis of the structural complexity, organisms it should be divided into two, either unicellular or multicellular. Okay, the second thing is that on the basis of the complexity of cell structure. Okay, what the exactly mean of the complexity here about, जैसे कि आई टोल्ड यू बिफोर, दे आर शोविंग और दे आर सेइंग अबाउट द प्रोकैरियोट्स. सो हियर द प्रो मीन्स इट्स हैविंग अ वेरी प्रिमिटिव न्यूक्लियस. प्रो का मतलब होता है प्रिमिटिव. ओके, प्रो, आई एम राइटिंग इट अगेन, मतलब प्रिमिटिव. एंड कैरियोट्स मीन्स nucleus. Okay, so those organisms having a primitive nucleus, they all are known as the prokaryotes. So here there is a question, primitive nucleus, that means what? That have, I am showing the diagram of it. Suppose here we talk about the microorganism cell, or you can say the bacterial cell. It is a cell wall and it having a extra covering around their body. Here is their genetic material, and this genetic material or you can say it is a nuclear material, it not having any covering around them, or you can say there is no any nuclear membrane around them, और you can say ये जेनेटिक मटेरियल को एज यू नो उसको डीएनए बोलते हैं। तो ये जो डीएनए है जेनेटिक मटेरियल है, इट इज़ विदाउट कवर, न्यूक्लियस है वो न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन के बिना है। तो डीएनए जो है वो विदाउट एनी मेम्ब्रेन है, और यू कैन से इट इज़ अ नेकेड डीएनए। तो ऐसे डीएनए कंटेन करने वाला जो सेल है, इट इज़ अ वेरी प्रिमिटिव सेल, एंड यू कैन से दैट के दिस इज़ द प्रोकैरियोट्स, ओके। और if we talk about तो almost the bacteria which is having a primitive nucleus, so they are all the prokaryotes. So I'm talking about the bacteria, so mostly they are having a prokaryotes or primitive nucleus, you can see, okay. On the second nucleus, if we talk about on the complexity of the cell, so that's are the eukaryotes, okay। you matlab develop, okay, or karyotes means nucleus। so here whatever the thing is missing in the prokaryotes, so here that thing is there, okay। so I'm showing within the diagram, okay, this is the cell where the nucleus is there, okay, this is the nucleus, and in the nucleus there is a presence of genetic material. So you can say this genetic material is covered within a specific structure, and that is nothing but it is a nucleus, and have the nucleolus too. So within that nucleolus, that genetic material is covered. So here the DNA material is not naked, it is covered with some membrane, so that cell is known as the eukaryotes, okay। so on the basis of the complexity of cell structure, it is divided into two, prokaryotes and eukaryote, okay। second one is on the complexity of the body structure, it is divided into unicellular and multicellular. The third thing is that on the basis of the mode of nutrition, okay, mode of nutrition, as you know in 10th standard you already studied about the mode of nutrition, means dear student, here they talk about either the all organisms is mainly, if we want to classify, then it is divided into two. One is auto, means by themselves, and troph means nutrition, they are getting their nutrition by their own, they all are the autotrophs. And if you talk about the hetero means they are depend on others, and troph or trophic means nutrition. So the autotrophic means they are depend on the other, or sorry, auto means they self by themselves they are synthesizing their food because they contain the chlorophyll, so it is easy for them to synthesize their food. And hetero means they are depend on other for their food synthesis process, or you can say they are all a chlorophyllous body. So on the basis of the mode of nutrition, you can divide it into autotrophs or heterotrophs, okay. Okay, in that you can consider in heterotrophs the fungi which is depend on other, but here the specificity of them is they secrete digestive juice out of their body. Suppose here I'm talking about the yeast, this is the fungi, it secrete it digestive juice outside of its body, okay, on what, on its food, maybe this food is in the form of dead and decaying matters. So that fungi that secrete digestive juice outside of their body, it is going to be digest and giving, or it is going to be supply to their body. So ultimately whenever this fungi body is absorbed, so it is ready-made nutrient, whatever the ready-made nutrient will be there, it is directly absorbed in that form, okay. So you can consider it as a saprotrophic mode of nutrition, it is also a type of the heterotrophic mode of nutrition only, okay. So here in a photoautotrophs, if I would like to say, that type of the nutrition is also called as the holophytic nutrition. Why it is holophytic nutrition? Because photoautotrophs in the plants as absorptive heterotrophy in fungi. absorptive heterotrophy मतलब मैंने बताया दूसरे के ऊपर ही डिपेंडेंसी रखते हैं, पर absorptive क्यों, क्योंकि उसने डाइजेस्टिव जूस को सिक्रेट करके फिर उसको absorb किया, जैसे कि फंजाई की बात कर रहे हैं। और इंजेस्टिव heterotrophy वो हम लोग हैं, क्योंकि हम लोग खाना खाते हैं, डाइजेस्ट करते हैं, मतलब इंजेशन वगैरह होता है हमारी बॉडी में, एंड देन आफ्टर हम लोग न्यूट्रिशन लेते हैं। तो एनिमल वगैरह में इंजेस्टिव हेटरोट्रॉफी आएगा, ओके। फोटो ऑटोट्रॉफ्स न्यूट्रिशन को हम लोग होलोफाइटिक साइटिक न्यूट्रिशन कहेंगे, और इंजेस्टिव हिट्रोट्रॉफी को हम लोग होलोजुइक बोलेंगे। होलो मतलब होलसम, एंड फाइटिक मतलब हियर दे टॉक अबाउट द प्लांट्स। ओके, तो प्लांट्स का जो न्यूट्रिशन मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन है उसको होलोफाइटिक न्यूट्रिशन बोलेंगे माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, और एनिमल का जो न्यूट्रिशन है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द होलोजुइक न्यूट्रिशन। होलो हियर wholesome, and zooic means of on the basis of the animals, or they are depend on the others. Okay, and absorptive heterotrophy is a सेप्रोबायोटिक न्यूट्रिशन, मतलब इसको सेप्रोबायोटिक बोलो सेप्रोफाइटिक बोलो, दोनों सेम है। सेप्रो यहाँ पे बॉडी में से डाइजेस्टिव जूस को सिक्रेट करके न्यूट्रिएंट को एब्जॉर्ब करने की मैकेनिज्म है, सो इट इज़ अ सेप्रोबायोटिक और सेप्रोफाइटिक न्यूट्रिशन। ओके, सो ये हमारा जो था वो पॉइंट, थर्ड पॉइंट था। ओके, फोर्थ पॉइंट में दे आर कंसिडर्ड लाइक कि भाई इकोलॉजिकल लाइफस्टाइल का मतलब यहाँ पे क्या होता है? इकोलॉजिकल लाइफस्टाइल मीन्स इन इकोलॉजी वेदर दे आर प्रोड्यूसर, दे आर डीकम्पोजर, दे आर कंज्यूमर। ओके, इकोलॉजी मतलब पूरी एनवायरमेंटल फैक्टर्स में जो बायोटिक और नो एबायोटिक फैक्टर्स है वो दोनों मिला के जो पूरी सिस्टम फॉर्म करते हैं उसको इकोलॉजी बोलते हैं। आई थिंक यू हैविंग अ क्लियर आइडिया अबाउट। सो इन इकोलॉजिकल लाइफस्टाइल वेदर दे आर प्रोड्यूसर मीन्स दे आर प्लांट्स, they are decomposer means they are the fungi, or they are consumers. So every animals, my dear students, every animals are consumers because they depend on other for the mode of nutrition. So ecological lifestyle है जिसमें हम लोग producers, decomposer और consumers को लेंगे, right? And the fifth one है, that fifth one is the phylogenetic relationship. So here in the phylogenetic relationship they are just talk about phylogenetic means here, as I told you before, it is on the basis of the evolution whether these plants or every organisms they are arising from some common ancestor। तो उसकी सिमिलरिटी के बेसिस पर अगर हम लोग उसको ग्रुप में फॉर्म करके या फिर डिस्क्राइब करके अगर हम लोग उसको अरेंज करें तो हमें जो पूरा एक ट्री मिलेगा, स्ट्रक्चर मिलेगा, उसको हम लोग बोल सकते हैं कि इट इज़ द काइंड ऑफ द फाइलोजेनेटिक रिलेशनशिप। सो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, इसमें मैंने जो डिस्कस किया वो 5 किंगडम क्लासिफिकेशन क्यों किया, I would like to repeat it again. The very first is on the basis of the complexity of cell. Okay, complexity of cell मतलब whether they are unicellular or they are multicellular. Okay, second thing is that on the basis of complexity of a body structure, complexity of a body structure, cell structure, sorry, complexity of the very first is the complexity of cell structure. Cell structure मतलब whether they are prokaryotes or they are eukaryotes. Okay, चलो, second thing is that on the basis of the complexity of body structure, तो yeah, you can say it is a unicellular or it is a multicellular. Okay, third, on the basis of the nutrition, so they are photoautotrophs or they are heterotrophs. Okay, so on the basis of the mode of nutrition. Okay, the fourth point is on the basis of a ecological style. Ecological style means whether they are producer, consumer, or they are fungi. And last one is on the basis of the phylogenetic relationship, or you can say on the basis of its evolutionary relationship. Okay, my dear students, so it is a one of the most important points or that we are discussing now, so you must have to recall it well. Okay, and you have to understand it well.